Needs a bit of this. See afterwards.
Yeah, it's well done. Good D. And stay tight now. Let's go. Last little bit. Yeah, good.
Couple more minutes.
Well done. All right.
We've got to do some headers and bowling now, boys. Well done, boys. In the air. Ball between two. Last couple of minutes.
You at the Commerce game? Croydon game? You and Andy Short on that? I'll let you know. I haven't heard back from
Yeah. Huh? Yeah, that's all me makeup and shit that I need, emergency meds and stuff. Like, mate. People say, well, sun cream and you enjoying it, mate. Congratulations and everything, and you know you deserve it all the way. You sort of.
Come on, boys, run! Come on, mate. Leave them legs. There we go.
Good evening and welcome to this round 8 clash of the HPG Home State League 1 between South Adelaide and Cove. I am your commentator for this evening, Mark Talbot, and what a game we have in store. South coming off their first win in 2025 against Salisbury, winning 4-0 with a JJ Rideout hat-trick, and Cove coming into the game off the back of a heavy loss to West Adelaide 7-1 in round 7. This game is a real 6-pointer with South bottom of the league on 4 points and Cove.
Come on, boys, come on!
Cove on in 10th position with 7 points, so a win for either team can really impact the way the table looks at the end of this round, the end of this game. South will go level on points with Cove and Cobras. Cove can get closer to the top 6 and put some pressure on that 6th spot. Funny enough, 6 is West Adelaide. And here are your lineups for today's game, starting with the home side, South Adelaide. number 1, Moss. Number 8, Evans. Number 10, JJ Rideout. Number 11, Alex Rideout. Number 14, Adjasu. 15, Hurrell. 18, McMonigal. Number 31, Knight. Number 33, Styles. Number 40, Kandunda Ahaho. And 42, Horsberg. And for Cove, your starting lineup is number 1, Veach. Number 2, Good. 3, Applin. 4, Finney. Number 7, Oikawa. Number 8, Higgins. Number 9, Grant. Number 14, Foglier. Number 15, and playing his 400th match in the Federation today is Matt Canny. Number 16 is Carmichael. And number 18 is Harrison. On the bench for South, we've got Sumner wearing number 5. Number 9 is Thanhauser. 21, Cahill. 13, Conroy. 25, the reserve goalkeeper, Yeomans. And number 52, Biguramana. And for the bench for Cove, you've got number 5, Gaze. Number 10, Elms. Number 12, Condon. Number 19, Elawat. Number 21, and reserve keeper, Gauchi. And number 22, Nkondog Oro. And apologies on pronunciations. I will get them by the end of the game, as we are about to kick off this evening's State League 1 clash. It's the first derby between these two in quite some time. The last time these two played against each other was in State League 1, was in 2018. That year, Cove finished in 12th and were relegated. Finished 4 points behind the Pirates in that year. And in 2017, they played off. Cove finished 7th that year, and Panthers won the league. As we're about to get us underway, Dennis Paluja is our match official, and Ibrahim Saidi and Joshua Britvek are our 2 assistants as the ball goes long from Cove. And South clear high up and under to get us underway. And also South starting with young Knight, number 31. And that's his first start. And there's a loose ball there, and Okiawa gets onto it but can't bring it under control. Here's Alex Rideout on the ball, wearing the armband today. Rideout tries to flick it around the corner, but his playing partner there in Kandandaho is offside. As Veach for Cove goes long, only as far as Kandandaho. He brings it under control and loses out to Carmichael, who takes a quick throw to Grant down the line. There's already Grant being held up by the South's defence. He comes all the way back to Finney. Finney inside looking for Carmichael, but cleared by Evans. Here's Alex Rideout. Goes inside, finds Evans. Evans turns away from 2. Higgins and Carmichael. He looks to find JJ in space and does so. Here's JJ into the box. Early shot, hits it, and the Beach has pushed that onto the bar. And he's given a goal kick. I really thought Veach got a touch on that, but it flashed onto the bar and over. And in the end, I think Veach got away with one there. I think that's an early save under my books, but he's got away with it. Great start there for South. Early shot. Applin wins the head for Cove. Carmichael dispossessed and a high boot, but gets away with it. Grant wins the flick. Here's Oikawa. Cuts inside his right. Crosses looking for the far post, but only as far as Moss. And Moss, long distribution looking for JJ behind Canny. And he gets there first, and he's able to get it over Veach, but Finney clears off the line and out for a corner. This game started like a bat out of hell, very fast, and South putting Cove under probably more pressure to start with efforts, but Yeah. They've certainly settled the faster of the two teams. And he's right out on the corner, in swinger, left foot. We saw what he did last week. For those of you who didn't, he scored straight from the corner. He goes middle of the goal, and he's just gone out over past that far post as Veach left that one. And here's Applin. And that left back goes down the line looking for Grant. Grant gets there before Adjasu. Looks to take him line. Good battle there. Good muscle between the two. And Grant wins the throw in the very attacking half of South Adelaide. As we look and see a relatively good crowd for this derby. Like I said, it's been a long time between drinks for these two to play against each other. Here's Apron. Looks to go long to Grant and does. Grant wins the flick. Carmichael can't quite get there. Moss comes out and collects. Moss goes long, finding JJ. 1v1 against Kenny. Cuts inside between the two defenders and ball trickles through to Veach. Veach comes wide. This near side to Applin. He's happy to keep the ball. Goes back to Deck Finney. And Cove will look to build from the back. They look to go long, and Knight cuts that one out and keeps the ball in play. Goes short, and Higgins almost gets there. Evans doesn't quite get there, but South's come away with it in the end. And here's Alex right out. Bit scrappy at the moment, but South's able to eventually get their foot on the ball. Here's Kandandaho. Styles, Adjasu. Out to Knight on that far side on the left back. He's making his starting debut tonight for South Adelaide. Here's JJ on the ball. He looks to turn canny and does eventually. And he's crowded out by about 4 Cove players. Here's Okawa. He looks just to relieve some pressure and goes long. He wins it back again. He gets round Horsburgh. He's still going. Great run from Okawa. Gets into the box. Can't beat Adjasu at the last. And Adjasu clears for a corner. But what a run that is from Okawa. And that allows for Cove to get their first opportunity to swing a ball into the box, and it does allow for the tall timber like Canny and Finney to head up into the box. Right foot in swinger from Higgins, goes far post. Grant can't quite get there, but it's in the very dangerous area, and Grant just nods that over from a couple of yards out. And Moss is happy to see that one just go over. Here's Afflin, wins it back for Cove. Oikawa looks to beat Styles, but can't. Does win the throw. Here's Applin with the throw, goes and finds Oikawa. He looks to beat Styles. Styles looks to body them out and eventually does. It goes out for a goal kick. So we also get the chance to celebrate Matt Canny's 400th game in the Premier League, in the state leagues, in the NPL State League 1s and 2s. It's a very impressive feat. Not many players have managed to do that. Here's Grant on the far side, goes inside to Higgins. Higgins looks to cross and does. Here's Carmichael, and he's unable to get that goal bound as it just goes past that near post of Lewis Moss. Great opportunity there for Cove. Here's Styles, finds Adjasu. Sorry, finds Candandaho. He goes inside past Applin, and he finds Horsburgh, who goes wide. Finds Knight on the far side and looking for right out, but he can't get there. And Good gets round. Goes line, but gives it away. Here's Alex now popping up on the left-hand side. Here's Evans in the middle. Gets past Higgins. Goes back to Alex Rideout on that far side now. Here's Candandaho, does well. Gets past one. He finds Monagle, and JJ gives Michael Good a bit of a shove. Veach goes long, finds Grant. Grant's able to flick it around the corner to Carmichael, but he can't quite get there, and Adjasu cleans up. And he goes back to Knight. Knight happily goes back to Lewis Moss in goal. Here's Adjasu. Horsburgh. So he's just able to get a few passes in. Here's Styles. Looks to find Candandaho, but gives it away to Applin for Cove. And Applin comes away with it, makes his run. Ducks inside, but Horsburgh's there and clears out for a throw in. Applin with the throw for Cove. Here's Carmichael. Okawa cuts inside, but he's dispossessed. He gets away with it there. Evans battling, and Horsburgh comes away with it. He finds Knight. Horsburgh goes all the way back to Adjasu. Adjasu looking for Candandaho, but knocks out too long and out of play. Long throw, and Evans wins that for South. And then eventually wins the throw, but no, it goes the other way. And Grant looks to go long to Carmichael quickly and finds him. Carmichael holds the ball up, and he's surrounded by South players and eventually pushed in the back and wins the free kick. As Higgins will take this for Cove. He'll look to swing it in. And goes far. Post looking for anyone on the end of it. And there's a head from, looked like Canny, and he's headed that straight onto the bar, and Moss again happy to see that one go over. But another great opportunity from ahead there for Cove. And they've got to start making those ones count. We've had shots, I think we've hit the bar now 3 times in this game already in the first 12 or so, 13 minutes. Goes long looking for JJ Ryder, who brings it under control. He looks to beat Canny, knocks it past Canny, and then Canny just body checks him. It looks like he's going to be the first man in the book this evening as he walks away from Dennis, the referee, and he is booked for that challenge. JJ is feeling that one, but he'll get back to his feet and he'll go again. It's what JJ does. As Alex Ryder, as expected, will take this free kick. He does, he goes long looking far post, but straight through to Veach, and Veach looks to release Applin, but he's thrown it too far. He split Applin and Oikawa, and Candandaho wins the throw. Here's Styles. He goes long. Little flick there from McMonagle, but to no one unfortunately, and cleared by Harrison from Cove, looking for Grant. Grant holds off Ajasu, but Ajasu does well and keeps the ball in, but Higgins picks up the ball for Cove. Finds Carmichael, and well played there from Carmichael out to Good on the far side. And given away by Cove, by Foglia, but under a lot of pressure. Here's Styles, he finds Candandaho, this near side. He looks to beat Applin and does, goes inside. Beats Oikawa, finds JJ, but Good cuts that out. Given away there by Cove, and here's Evans. And wins the free kick.
Come on, boys, come on.
There's another free kick here for South Adelaide. This time Horsberg and Alex Wright out over the ball. Alex goes wide to Candandaho, but the ref hadn't blown the whistle, so he'll get to take that one again. Here's Wright out. Goes far post. Met there by Knight, who is unable to get his head on that properly, and it goes wide. But that was a great opportunity there for South Adelaide to put Veach under a bit of pressure, but the chance goes wide. Here's Finney, finds Applin, goes inside, does well to find Carmichael in some space in the middle of the park. He's able to bring the football forward, finds Good on the far side. He crosses, looking for Grant. Grant can't get there, but the ball goes all the way through. Candandaho will try and see this one out, but Oikawa keeps it in, and unfortunately eventually for him, runs it out of play. Carmichael with a quick turn and shot, and not a bad effort there, but always sailing away from Lewis Moss's goal. Here's Styles inside to McMonagle, and he knocks that out for a throw. Struggling to get the ball back into play. Here it is eventually with Applin. He'll take the throw on this near side. Applin goes to Grant, who can't bring that under control. Here's Candandaho, gets past Grant and then finds Alex Ryder. Does very well. He gives it away to Harrison. Harrison inside. And Grant very scrappy at the moment. Ball's changing possession very, very rapidly at the moment. Here's Evans. Eventually pushed in the back by Grant and wins the free kick. Styles looks to switch and does so. Finds Knight on the far side. He in turn goes wider to Hurrell. Hurrell inside to Horsberg. Flips around the corner, but One there by Cove, and Cove eventually come away with it through Foglia. And Higgins goes long looking for Grant. He can't bring it under control. But Cove win that second ball. Here's Foglia on the far side. Up against Knight. Cuts in on his left and crosses. Great. And there's Grant with a header. And it's rebounds out. And there's Zakaria with the first goal of the evening. Oikawa there with the follow-up. With Ollie Grant's initial header saved by Moss, but he could only deflect it in the path of Oikawa, who's on hand again to finish. And makes it 1-0 to Cove in this Southern Derby. And that's Oikawa's 4th in 8 games for the Cove this season. He's scoring a goal every other game at the moment, which is a great return for a winger. And he is the Cove's leading goal scorer as well. Souths have got some work to do now, but there's a great work there from Cove. Great work from Foglia down that right-hand side. And Cove win the ball back straight away from the kick-off. Here's Applin. He goes back to Finney. Finney goes long. Forsberg wins that. Eventually Evans finds it, and the foul there. Ajasu goes wide to Knight. Knight comes forward. Finds Hurrell on that far side. He crosses, but blocked by Good. I know that was Foglia tracking all the way back there. There's Evans. Dispossessed by Grant, who's doing his defensive duties just as well as his attacking duties at the moment. His initial header was great effort and saved by Lewis Moss. McMonagle can't bring that under control. A little bit of a loose pass as we go through the first 20 odd minutes very quickly. Throw on the far side for Cove. Good on that far side, takes up, but before she gives it away to South, and Canny comes through with the head, clears. Grant into the back of Hurrell and wins the free kick. Two coaches, I didn't get to them in the lineups, the 2 coaches today. For South is Greg Vidian, who took over in round 6 after Ant Rideout stepped down from the role. And in the opposing box, in the Cove box, is Steve Kitch, who is a former Souths coach, along with quite a number of the players that are on show today. Ball in. Cleared by Cove, just. Finney goes line, looking for Applin. Applin gets there first. Keeps it in, goes back to Finney. Finney looks to go long, but doesn't hit that right, and Evans picks it up for Souths. He goes inside. And Ollie Grant works socks off to win that back in front of Hurrell. Then he looks to find Oikawa in behind, but Ajasu gets there. Good battle there. Ajasu, sorry, that's Candandaho wins it and wins the free kick in the end. Apologies. Game a little bit scrappy at times. Both teams trying to impress their game plan and take the upper hand. It'll be a bit of a, we'll have to keep an eye on Ajasu and Ollie Grant and see how that continues with a little bit of afters there. South to get the ball wide. Here's Candandaho on this near side. Goes back to Styles. In turn, Ajasu. He looks to switch and does. Tries to find Hurrell in behind. Good gets there first and knocks it out for a corner. Sorry, Foglia tracking all the way back there. But it is offside. And the referee just calling Adjasu and Grant over to him, which I thought might happen. He's just going to have a quick word with both players. As we approach in the 25th minute, thanks to scoreboard and time clock, thanks to One World LED and Sportal Scoreboard for all your indoor and outdoor LED solutions. Oikawa for Cove. Alex right out joins Candandaho and knocks it out for a throw to Cove. Harry Applin will take the throw, does so, finds Higgins in some space. And then quickly surrounded by South and eventually cleared and wins the free kick. In a dangerous position here, he's about close to 30 yards out. There'll be a lineup of Cove players looking at taking this one. At the moment we've got Harrison and Fogley on the ball. I'm sure Higgins will step up once he's caught his breath back and recovered from that. He'll look to be on it as well. So keep an eye on that note. He's going to stay away. So it looks to be Fogley is going to be on this one. No, Higgins is coming back. We'll see what happens here. Fogley steps away. Higgins swings it in, looking for Grant. It's over his head. It falls to Canny and unable to get a shot away, and eventually cleared by Knight on the far side. But a little bit of indecision there from the South's defence. That's good. Another former South player will look to take this throw. Goes along looking for Canny. Canny wins the flick. Moss comes out and collects. And helps Ollie Grant up. And then goes long looking for JJ, but doesn't hit that right. Higgins intercepts. Finds Grant. Grant flicks it onto Carmichael, who can't hit it. And eventually Oikawa gets it. He hits it. And there it is. There's a second one for the evening. Oikawa hits a double and puts Cove 2-0 in front in the 27th minute. Ball falls nicely there for Oikawa, and he makes no mistake with his left foot, rifling that past Lewis Moss in the goal and into the far post. Souths have got a lot of work now to do to come back and catch Cove at the moment. Oikawa, what a pickup he's been for Cove. What a signing. That's his fifth goal for the season. And Souths have, after that goal, Souths have made just a bit of a change. They've brought Hurrell out to this near side. And they've swapped Candandaho to that far side. I think maybe just try and get Hurrell on to keep an eye on Oikawa a little bit more. Here's Styles. Goes across to Knight. Knight looking for Alex Rideout and finds him, but there's no one in the box at the moment for us to cross. He holds it up. Goes back to Candandaho. He cuts inside. And hits a left foot. Rifle. And Veach is down low to his left to make that save. A good effort and good save there from Veach. And it falls to Applin, who's able to clear, looking for Grant. Higgins picks it up for Cove. Mishits that. But Harrison gets there in the end. South regain possession. Candandaho, but gives it away. And again, a little bit scrappy at the moment. Here's Knight all the way back to Moss, and Moss goes long, looking for JJ. Eventually Evans picks it up in the middle of the park, and he's able to beat Harrison and make a great run through. What's his options? He looks for JJ, but cut out by Canny and cleared by Applin, only as far as Horsburgh. He goes wide to Candandaho. He looks to take on Fogley down the line. He's quickly joined by Good, and Good gives away the throw in. Cove hunting in numbers when they've lost the ball. Here's Candandaho on that far side to take the throw. Goes long, but Canny clears. Carmichael does the same and gets it further out. Here's Hurrell. He looks to take on Oikawa, can't. Goes back to Styles. Styles all the way back to Adjasu. In turn, looks for Horsburgh. He looks for Candandaho, but doesn't quite get there in the end. Just sails out for a goal kick. Cove will be, and Veach in particular, will be really wanting to keep this clean sheet. They've conceded 24 goals so far this season. That's the worst defence in the league. They've scored 12, not including the 2 tonight, so 14 in total. There's still more time to go. Here's McMonagle. He goes wide to Alex Rideout. He cuts inside on his left, finds JJ. JJ holds it up, looks to turn and does, and gets into the box, but Finney deals with that, and then Applin deals with it even further and clears it away. Only as far as Horsburgh. He guts inside. Here's Hurrell. Hurrell looks for JJ, finds him. Here's Evans. Cut out by Harrison. Comes away with it. Looking for options. He goes back to Applin, but Applin's pressured by Rideout. He gets it away, but cut out by Styles. Here's McMonagle. Rideout. Horsburgh. He in turn goes out to Evans. Evans turns. South do well there just to keep the ball, keep it moving. We tick over 30 minutes of this game. And Cove, thanks to One World LED and Sportal Scoreboard for your indoor and outdoor LED solutions. Cove with a 2-0 lead at the present moment. Here's McMonagle, keeps the ball well, goes back to Knight. Adjasu for South, weighs up his options. Finds Horsburgh, he goes back to Styles. Styles to Hurrell. Goes back all the way back to Adjasu. Some good play there from South, just keeping the ball. Weighing up the options. Here's Candandaho on the far side, but he unfortunately can't bring that under control. The ball goes out for a throw. Other games this evening in the NPL at 8:15 there's Adelaide Comets and FK Beergrad, which will be an exciting game to watch, I would say. There's a few games on in the WNPL. There's Adelaide Comets and Salisbury Inter, Adelaide Uni and Bacala, Adelaide City and Metro, and Flinders United and West Adelaide, all in the WNPL, all playing tonight. Ball goes long, looking for Grant. Grant wins the flick, only as far as Moss though. Moss goes long, looking for JJ, but I think that's going to go too far and it doesn't. Goes out for a throw-in. In the WSL, we've got Cove and Jaguars, Elizabeth Grove and Western Strikers, Sturtline and Modbury Vista being played tonight. So lots of women's football in action tonight. We've only got the 2 games in the men's. We've got State League 1, which is the game I'm hoping you've all tuned into. And the other game, Adelaide Comets and FK Beergrad. As Cove have the throw on the far side. Carmichael looks it down the line to Foglier. Foglier keeps it in, does very well. Weighs up his options and crosses, looking for Grant, but Moss is there to cut that one out. But Foglier does brilliantly there. Lewis Moss releases McMonagle. He's surrounded out by Cove players and wins the free kick from Higgins. And just through trying to get the ball moving quickly, but slowed down and eventually gets the ball rolling. Here he is again. Styles. Alex right out. Here's Evans. Dispossessed by Higgins. He comes away with it. Eventually fouled by Evans. And Canny gets the ball rolling again. Finds Applin. Forced back to Finney. He goes inside to Higgins. And in turn, wide to Good. Michael Good goes down the line. Finds Foglier. Foglier back inside to Good. Good unable to bring that under control in the box, and eventually Candandaho comes away with it. Uses his pace to beat Foglier. He's still going. Can't beat Higgins, and Canny comes across and knocks that one out for a throw-in on the far side. Souths have the throw on the far side. Goes long looking for McMonagle, and he finds him. Comes across to Stiles. Stiles will look to find Hurrell and does so. Finds right out down the line. He looks to take on Applin. Applin with the sliding tackle. Does well, keeps it in, but gives it away to right out. On his left, he finds Hurrell. Hurrell comes back to Stiles. Throws it down. He goes looking for JJ, but cleared by Finney. Carmichael brings it under and gives it to Harrison, but given away, and then Bryant's given a foul off the ball. Here's Stiles. Stiles to Hurrell. Hurrell beats Applin, but can't beat Oikawa. Here's Hurrell, wins it back for South, and eventually the ref gives a free kick. As this first half has certainly flown by as we approach 40 minutes, 37 minutes now. Here's Good on the far side, finds Foglier. He goes back to Higgins. Higgins keeps the ball moving to find Carmichael. Dispossessed, and South come away with it. Evans finds Candandaho on that far side, comes back inside, and Evans able to get through that line, finds JJ. JJ has to slow it down and finds Hurrell. Hurrell goes back inside to Horsberg. Here's McMonagle, beats two and hits it. Keeps it low, but easy pickings there for Veach, the number one at Cove. Down to his right, claimed it. Former Souths player, Veach. Also played at Burkalla, Adelaide City, to name a couple. McMonagle turns out and finds Candandaho on the far side. He looks to get down the line and does so with pace. Turns inside and finds JJ at the top of the box. JJ under pressure, looks to back himself in, but can't get any further. Here's Knight. He looks to find Hurrell in behind. Applin clears only as far as Evans, but Evans can't bring it under control, and Canny clears. But only as far as Stiles this time. Stiles can recycle. Goes down for Alex Rideout, who gets down the line and crosses, but Veach takes that one. And then he's happy to slow it down. Releases to Applin. Applin looking to find Grant in behind. Ever willing runner finds him. Looks to beat Adjasu but can't. And Adjasu wrestles him to the ground because Grant wouldn't give the ball back. So I'd be interested to see. Ref will have another chat with those two. And I said, we'll keep an eye on those two because I think, see how that goes. They are certainly digging their heels in at each other.
Go one higher. Half job.
Neither side in fantastic form at the moment. Souths winning last week 4-0 over Salisbury. Huge win for them. Like I said, it's their first one of 2025 season. Every other game prior to that was a loss. Cove, not much better. They lost last week. They've lost their last 3 in rounds 7, 6 and 5. They lost to West Adelaide, Salisbury and Adelaide Blue Eagles respectively. They did beat Vipers in round 4 and they drew with Olympic in round 3. Good on the far side. Happy to put that one out for a throw-in. So neither side in the best of form at the moment. But it's proven to be quite a good game so far. As Candandaho will have the throw on the far side. Finds JJ. JJ will look to turn and he's wrestled to the ground and the ref's given a free kick. Dangerous position here for Cove. They've got to defend this one. Or no doubt Alex will be looking at this one. We'll see who else steps over this one. Also allows South to send the big men forward as we tick over 40 minutes now. JJ steps away. Looks like Horsberg and Alex right out on the ball. Alex swings it in. JJ can't quite get there and cleared by Applin. Here's Oikawa. Holds off Harrell. Applin, the ever-willing runner as well. He's happy to get down that line and can't quite beat the 2 South players, and Evans comes away and wins the free kick. Goes inside, finds Horsberg. He looks to then switch it out and does to Candandaho. Wider to Alex. He looks for JJ, but can he cuts that one out? And here's Goods on Fogler on the far side. Higgins, a little touch in the back and gives away the free kick. And the other notable game tonight did have Zach Finney is playing his 150th game. So two memorable milestone games for both centre backs of Cove. And here's Oikawa, released by Grant. Looks to go inside, but heavy hit from Styles, and the ref says play on. And here's McMonigal. He comes away with it. Switches to Candandaho. He's going to look to take Goods on and cuts inside, but he's crowded out by a lot of Cove players there, and Harrison eventually clears, and here's Knight. He goes inside for Evans, but wins the free kick off Oikawa. As the crowd start to get riled up a little bit after the last hit between Styles and Oikawa. Styles makes his way forward from centre back, as did Knight. And the South look to be playing a bit of a 3-4 or a 3-5-2 almost. Alex right out, steps away from it. Horsberg over the ball. Swings it in far post, looking for the tall timber, and flicked on there by JJ, but out for a goal kick. It is a tall order looking to beat the likes of Finney and Canny in the air. Both of them exceptional in the air. As Veach takes his time as we approach half-time here at O'Sullivan's Beach Sports Complex, with Cove taking a 2-0 lead and Oikawa getting both goals. And that scoreboard all thanks to One World LED and Sportal scoreboard for all your indoor and outdoor LED solutions, as Veach will go long here and does, looking for Grant, who wins the flick. Candandaho gets the second ball, and eventually South come away with it through Knight on the far side. He looks to go line and finds McMonigal. Keeps it in. Looks to turn Higgins, but can't quite get past him, and eventually does, and eventually wins the free kick. As we are now in time added. Adjasu comes across to Styles. Styles finds Hurrell. Hurrell looks to go line and release right out, but Applin gets there and knocks it out and wins the throw. As we are into time added. Can't have too long left. The game has gone at a blistering pace this first half. Here's Styles, but ushered out. Ball stays in. Here's Hurrell. Goes inside looking for Horsburgh. He finds Evans. Evans can't flick that around the corner to McMonagle, and Higgins knocks out long, and Adjasu does well to clear. Here's Hurrell. Coward gets past him, finds Grant. Grant looks to release him down the wing and does so, and Evans tracks all the way back and knocks it out for a throw-in. Applin will take his time with this throw. We did have an announcement earlier in the week that HBG Homes is now the major the partner and sponsor of the State League 1 and State League 2 North and South, which is fantastic for the two leagues. Applin lets that one go out for a throw, and Dennis looks at his time, and I dare say he's going to call that. Here's Carmichael in the corner, happy to hold it up. Alex Rideout wins it and eventually goes out for a throw. And Applin will take the throw in again and take his time. Cove will be happy to see out till half time. Goes long looking for Carmichael. He wins the flick. Grant tries to get onto the second one and eventually cleared, but only as far as Applin, who puts it back in the box. Grant wins the first header, eventually cleared, but not all the way. And McMonagle, he is tackled by Good and eventually gets away with it and comes away with the ball. And here's Hurrell, and now Rideout. Back to Hurrell. JJ holds up, does well to turn Goods in his way, faced with Harrison, but gives that away, but only as far as Evans. Evans comes wide to Alex Rideout, finds him. He goes line looking for McMonagle, finds him, up against Finney. Looks to take him line, does, crosses, and cleared by Harrison, looking long for Grant, who wins the flick. Does well, almost does well to keep it in, eventually gives it away, unfortunately, for a throw-in. Here's Knight. Goes inside looking for Alex Rideout. Gets it back. Finds Horsburgh. He in turn goes wide to Hurrell on this near side. Hurrell looks to cut inside and does on his left. He tries the reverse pass, can't quite get there, and Evans hits it and sees that one go high, wide and handsome. And that's the half-time, and Football South Australia is proud to announce HBG Homes as a major partner, marking the beginning of a valued relationship. HBG Homes will become naming rights partner of the HBG Homes State League 1 and 2 competitions. Let's find out more about them now in the commercials. We'll see you straight after the half-time break.
We all play the same game. The battlefield may look different, but between those painted lines, the feeling each of us get alongside our tribe. Let the moment sink in, then let it rip. The runs out wide, last-ditch efforts and clean sheets. the tap in or rocket to the top bins, the eruption of the 12th player that sends shivers down your spine. It's in the way we celebrate, because football is everyone's game. Play football.
Labarto, a nice run forward, only him and Bartuli, and just couldn't quite get there.
What's the save?
Wins the corner though, but Bartuli. Usasa sends it into the area, and it's Vaughan. Leaps in and tips it over the crossbar, and if he did not, that was going to rock that net.
Those lines of Tavares. He then turn cuts it for Voigt. Voigt with the touch inside, hits it, and that's a great save from Delingas.
Jason Konstantinopoulos 1-on-1 with Lazeka. Christian Konstantinopoulos with a shot. Late tackle maybe, but great save there from Barbaro. One final chance for Blue Eagles. It's a good ball in. It's got a flick. It's got a second one, but that's an unbelievable save from Sebastian Matosevic. We said Oscar Moore's man of the match, but he's kept 2 goals out that were clearly going in the back of the net.
He's made some unbelievable.
Headed away only to Metro Stars though. Edge of the box here, Visser. Now Gow with a little flick. Visser back in the box, and then the finish by Hamish Gow to get them 1-0 up early on.
What a goal.
Oh wow! Oh my god! That was insane! What a way to equalise!
By Murati, only as far as Mullen. Mullen hits it with the outside of the line. Can you believe it? Mullen with a second outside of the right boot. Line's going to take it, and he does. And he picks his spot, and he finishes with a bomb. And that's his hat-trick, and the 8th goal for Playford to make it 8.
Costelli being to it by Caden. Now finds Anthony Costa, top of the box, goes with his left foot. Anthony Costa gets a second. He's got a brace in the first half, and he's taken Adelaide Croatia into a 2-0 lead at half time, David.
It's a beautiful finish. Just picked his slot out perfectly there, but gosh, Neograd have just left themselves exposed there.
On the back of the announcement of the celebration of football, NPLSA will be investing $50,000 into a coach education fund. $35,000 will be invested into community coach education, 19 courses at club venues and over 500 community coaches. Working closely with clubs to develop and upskill coaches will strengthen the grassroots community, which will obviously benefit the football community as a whole.
It can only be beneficial because most of the clubs, most of the coaches start off just as parents coaching their kids' teams, and they're learning on the job as much as the kids. So this would be perfect because not only would kids be getting coached, the coaches will be getting coached.
As a club, we struggle to attract good coaches, and having this sort of funding coming our way will actually allow us to sort of offer more boys and girls out there to actually coach at the club. everything comes at a cost these days, and this award presented to our club here again will allow our average parents, supporters, players to the opportunity to come out and actually to take on coaching and to be part of it. They've got a passion about this sport and a passion about this club. They'll be able to come here now, get trained up and actually take on a team and just move forward with us here.
The remaining $15,000 will be invested into a joint initiative with Football SA, Adelaide United and PSV, where selected coaches and technical directors from South Australia will be given the professional development opportunity to go to PSV in October 2025.
Once you get the bug for the coaching, you love it, and you love seeing the kids improve, especially the connection to your club. You want to see the kids come through at your club, and it's just a win-win for everyone.
Can they do something here? Plays out to Panagakos, and it's Panagakos! What an absolute cracker! Alicia Panagakos kicks off the season for Adelaide University.
And I mean, it at least it keeps the play rolling instead of into the ground.
Have a shot. Gone in, Tom and Bonner and Christos, who we were talking about just a minute ago, has had a very good last 20 minutes just come into the game. It's 1-0 up.
Goes to Yamada. Good turn. Needs to find an option. Might even look to go for herself. Nini Yamada! Makes it 3-2 for West Adelaide. 20 minutes left.
Such a quality player to have in this competition. A long shot there by Notridge. It's gone in! Well, it was just a speculative effort by Notridge, and it looked like Elliott never picked it up, and Comets have taken the lead.
Coles Mini Roos is more than just football. It is a place to find our feet, learn new skills, and meet new friends. A place to start small and feel 10 feet tall. To have fun and laugh, to build confidence from the ground up. A place to belong. Football starts here. Find your place. Join our team.
We all play the same game. The pitch may change, but the stakes are the same. The ball we desire, the moves we admire. Because football is everyone's game. Play football.
RD8 United like home football.
It's always been our goal to move into State League.
Here it's a very family culture. There's a sense of oneness between the Resis, 18s, seniors. Everyone just feels like brothers.
You know, it's like how they say, you train the way you play, but actually when you rock up game days, we actually play like our heart is the last thing that's left, you know what I mean?
I'm loving it. Really good culture, really good environment. It's going great so far in the pre-season.
About culture, you know, we open the door, every culture comes to mix to us.
Ghana United will be a club that can play football, simple football, a good football, that we will be in the next couple of years moving to the NPL.
Very thrilled, very excited.
Expect to see some rainbow flicks. That's what makes us Ghana FC, man.
To make its way through to Nicola despite the deflection. Here's Hazelwood, who does well to control the ball with the head. Hazelwood storming into the area, tries the shot, great save. And that should give Elliott a bit more confidence. He's done really, really well there. That ball was travelling.
Here's Hood. Just needs to finish. Gets it past Murphy. Needs to have some sort of hit. And Murphy manages to backpedal and make the stop.
Coles Mini Roos is more than just football. It is a place to find our feet, learn new skills, and meet new friends. Football starts here. Find your place. Join our team.
Adelaide Atletico is being built on 6 pillars. It's about respect, about community, fairness, development, technology.
Atletico is become a family, a big family.
This club's got a lot of opportunity to grow. There's a lot of potential here with all the players and the boys, and it's just like a very good place to be at.
We want to be competitive. We want to drive and develop our culture. We've gone out and we've got a few experienced players. I mean, I've gone and got a very good goalkeeper. We've got a really talented Argentinian guy and a couple of older players.
We're a good quality of boys. All the boys are
And welcome back here to O'Sullivan's Beach Sports Complex as we're about to kick off the second half. Thanks to One World LED and Sporter Scoreboard for your indoor and outdoor LED solutions. Cove with a 2-0 lead. Thanks to Oikawa's double in the first half, and South Adelaide get us underway. Here's Evans. Adjasu finds Horsberg. He goes in turn, finds Knight. Moves into the midfield. Styles on the far side. Finds Alex Rideout, who's able to find Evans, who finds Knight. He goes wide again to Candandaho. Good challenge there, and wait to see which way this goes. And Dennis gives that to Souths. He wasn't sure himself there. No, he's changed his mind. He's going the other way. The throw-in goes to Cove. Good goes long. Good goes long. Candandaho wins the head, but only as far as Fogler, who comes away with it. He looks to break away and does. He finds Applin on the far side. He goes line, but Hurrell cuts that out and gives away the throw. It's certainly gotten colder as the night progresses down here in the south of Adelaide. In this Southern Derby, first one played for a number of years. Last time these two played was back in 2018. Here's Candandaho, released by Alex Rideout. Cuts inside on his right and hits it from a long way out, and eventually it falls, and Applin clears. A little bit of miscommunication there in the Cove defence, and Applin ends up putting that out for a corner as McMonigal comes in at the back post but can't get onto that one. South with the early start like they did in the first half but couldn't make it count. Here's Rideout on the corner on the far side. He goes short. McMonigal gets round one, gets round two, goes inside and puts it onto his left, but skews that wide, and Candandaho loses out to Foglia. He's happy to keep the ball and finds Finney. Finney to Carmichael, who can't find Grant. Here's JJ, but cut out by Good. Good just happy to knock that long, but only as far as Styles, and South recycle the ball. As we've got a score update in the only NPL game being played tonight. Thanks to One World LED and Sporter Scoreboard for your LED indoor and outdoor solutions. FK Beergrad have taken a 1-0 lead over Adelaide Comets 10 minutes in, which is a big goal for FK Beergrad there, as they're in a bit of form right now. Here's JJ, Rideout up against Good. He cuts on his right, can't find the space to shoot, goes wide. Here's Horsberg. He goes turn back to Adjasu. Forsberg again. He looks to find JJ Rard out, but only succeeds in knocking that out for a goal kick. As Veach for Cove will slow this down. And we'll go along with the goal kick, and does, looking for Carmichael. He wins the flick. Adjasu clears, but only as far as Higgins. Hurrell's able to bring it under control, but then just knocks it straight up in the air. That's going to bring rain. Carmichael wins that. South's not convincing with the clearances at the moment. Here's Higgins, hits it from a long way out, and that goes wide. And out for a goal kick. Ambitious from Higgins, but it did sit up nicely. Just didn't quite hit that well as he would have liked. Here's Moss, he goes short. Finds Forsberg in the middle of the park. He gives it away to Applin. Applin finds Grant. Can't quite get it back. Here's Higgins for Cove. Picks up the loose ball. And he's crowded out by the South defence. Looks to release JJ down the line and does so. JJ 1v1 against Canny. Cuts inside, beats him. Onto his left, onto his right. Eventually he's cleared by Good. And gives away the free kick. He had the opportunity, I thought he had the opportunity to hit it a bit earlier, but didn't quite release it. And eventually Cove crowd him out and win the free kick. And Veach will take the free kick. Does so, goes short. Here's Finney. He goes long. Finds Grant with the flick. He looks for Oikawa, but Styles gets there and knocks that one over the fence and almost clips someone on that far side. And Cove have the throw on the far side. Applin will take this. Finds Oikawa. His 2 goals, the difference at the moment. And he eventually runs it out for a goal kick. Quite a hefty load of fixtures tomorrow. If you've got the time, get out to the local games. Here's Ollie Grant, brings it under, but Oikawa can't bring that under control. In the WNPL, Campbelltown and Football SA NTC face off. In the State League, South Mobby Jets will play. Here's Forsberg, comes away with it, goes wide to Hurrell on that far side. Finds Alex right out. He in turn goes inside and finds McMonagle. Evans able to get past Harrison. Beats another one, but wins the free kick. Just outside the box, very dangerous territory now. And State League 1 in the HPG home. State League 1 tomorrow. Cumberland and West Adelaide are playing. Fulham and Salisbury against each other. Pontian Eagles against Blue Eagles. Sturt against Adelaide Olympic. And Cobras against Vipers. The Serpent Derby, the Snake Derby. In the HPG home, State League 2 North. Adelaide Atletico take on Elizabeth Grove. Port Adelaide take on Mopri Vista. Northern Demons take on Garn. And Salisbury to take on Gawler. And in the HBG home, State League 2 South, Adelaide Hills will take on the Adelaide Titans. Mount Barker against Adelaide Uni. Seaford Rangers against Noarlunga in another Southern Derby. It's the weekend for them. And in the NPL, Campbelltown against Adelaide United. Mobby Jets against Metro Stars. Para Hills against Adelaide City. And that looks like Adjasu's just been booked. It's obviously not liking something. He's still continuing. His players are telling him to get away. Para Hills will take on Adelaide City and Ryan Playford will take on Burkalla. Adjasu still going with the referee here. He needs to be very careful. He's just been booked. He doesn't want to get a second and see red for the evening. As there is another goal, thanks to One World LED and Sport Scoreboard for your indoor and outdoor LED solutions. FK Beergrad have taken a 2-0 lead over Adelaide Comets. Baselli scored the first and Trimboli has scored the second. Now that Trimboli's got his season off with a goal last week, he's made that 2-2 now. Alex Rideout will be over this one, along with Knight, but I'd expect Rideout to hit it. It does, goes to the near post, and it's off the post. And McMonagle can't bring that under control. But a great effort there from Rideout as he hits the post. I think that's the third time they've hit the woodwork this evening. They recycle through Knight. Comes wide to Styles. He goes and finds Alex Rideout on the far side. Alex Rideout looks to take on Ollie Grant and tries to take him on the outside and does, and crosses and cleared by Cove. Carmichael eventually clears further. Waikawa can't muscle JJ Rideout off the ball. But has a good battle there. And South happy to keep the ball and move it on, as they do through Styles. He finds Alex Rideout on the far side. Horsberg comes inside and comes back out this side to Knight. On the near side, he goes back inside. Here's McMonagle. Horsberg goes wide, finds Hurrell. Back to Styles. Styles inside to Alex Rideout onto his left. And he's brought down in the box and the ref gives a penalty. Managed to use his body there against Appland. Turned him and the ref deemed that was a penalty. And pointed straight to the spot. And is this the chance for South to get back into this game? As Alex Rideout gets up a little bit gingerly. And surprisingly, JJ Rideout is not taking his penalty, which does surprise me. And it is Candandaho. Steps up to take the penalty to bring South back into this game. Up against Veach. And he sends Veach the wrong way and makes it 2-1. Souths have got a way back into this game now that he's just made it 2-1. And Candandaho with a spot-on finish from the spot. And that is Candandaho's first goal for the season. Gets his campaign underway. Cove get us back underway in this Southern Derby here at O'Sullivan's Beach Sports Complex. As Higgins goes long looking for Carmichael but can't find him. And Moss cleans up. Goes short to Knight. He gets the ball rolling and goes to Styles on the far side. Bit of a slip. Both players slip, so no one benefits from that for Cove. And here's Knight. Happy to keep the ball again, and he'll go back to Agister, who goes long, looking for Hurrell, but cut out by Cove. Can't release Appland on that far side, and referee gives a free kick to Cove. Bit of a clip on Harrison's ankle there. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. He is down at the moment. And Cove will get us underway, and they do, through Finney, and he brings it to this near side for Good. Good steps forward and continues his run and feels a bit of pressure from McMonagle and wins the free kick. And Higgins will likely take this one from this just in front of us here. As it does allow the Cove to send the big boys forward in Canny and Finney. I'm sure Higgins will be looking at the far post for, and sends it and straight to Moss, and Moss will take that one all day long. He looks to release early, but Cove slow him down. He comes this side to Candandaho can't beat Higgins and goes back to Adjasu. He finds Evans in the middle. He's able to turn and play a ball in behind, looking for JJ Rideout. Can't get there, and good clears. Going as far as Horsburgh and finds McMonigal. He gets round one but can't get round two. And good, happy just to put his boot through that one, but not controlled by Styles and puts himself under a little bit of pressure. Miscleared that, but it works out for him in the end. And Okawa, though, wins it back for Cove. Takes Hurrell down that line. And linesman on the far side deems that went out of play for a throw in. As the supporters behind Lewis Moss's goal have certainly found their voice all of a sudden. It's a long throw, won by Cove. Eventually out for another throw on the far side, this time to the Cove. Or should I say to Cove, not the Cove. Applin will take this on the far side. Goes over Grant, looking for Okawa, he can't turn, and Hurrell knocks that one out for another throw. That's a foul from Finney, and he's going to go into the book as well for the tug on Rideout. So both centre backs now for Cove are in the book, and one of the centre backs for Souths are in the book. Alex Rideout holds it up, looks to try and beat Goods and does. Here's Knight. Goes inside to JJ. JJ's trying to turn onto his right, but read there by Carmichael and wins the free kick. Canny gets the ball rolling again quickly out to Applin on the far side. And he, at speed, gets down that line. Gets over the halfway line. Happy to go back. And Higgins can't find Foglia. Cut out by Horsburgh and out for a throw. And Cove will certainly take their time. Is good. Just in front of us. They look to go long and does, looking for Grant, who can't win the header. Evans does and knocks that out for a throw in. Throw looking for Grant, but cleared by Candandaho. Horsburgh then just turns and knocks it long, and Cove do the same. Looking for Grant in behind, and he's got there. Takes a touch, sends him wide, he cuts it back across, and Okawa can't get there. I thought Ollie was going to hit that a little bit earlier, but took his time, he was forced wide, and in the end can't find Okawa at that far post. On a hat-trick as well, Okawa. As Souths go long and cleared by Canny. Eventually picked up by Horsburgh, but turned over. Someone needs to get their foot on it. Styles tries, but gives it away. Here's Carmichael, who does put his foot on it. He gives it away to Hurrell. Hurrell looks lined and finds Alex Rideout. Rideout's crowded out very quickly and gives away the free kick. Another card shown there. I did miss who that was shown to, unfortunately. As the Cove bench is sent out for a warm-up on this cold, chilly night at O'Sullivan's Beach Sports Complex, home of South Adelaide Panthers. Well welcomed Cove tonight in the Southern Derby in State League 1, the HPG State League, home State League 1. we get underway with another free kick. Looks like Finney will take this on the far side, and he'll look to go long. And does. Looking for Carmichael, who can't quite win the flick, and Horsberg comes away with it. He finds Candandaho on this near side. Fogley tackles him and does well to win the ball back, and here's good. Leaves it for Higgins. Higgins looks down the line for Grant and finds him very well. Grant up against Knight. Looks to cross and can't quite get it across and wins the throw. Right in front of the assistant referee there. And it is a throw-in. Everyone was a little unsure on if that was going to be a throw or a corner. And Good will take this, and I dare say will look for the head of... Yeah, he's going to go long as Canny comes forward. Adds some more tall timber. There's Lily Grant, there's Carmichael and Canny, all tall timber. He goes long looking for Canny. Slight push in the back, but he gets away with it and eventually wins the ball across. Now Foy's to Okawa, and he hits it and blazes it wide. So close there for Okawa's third and Cove's third, but it just goes wide of that post as Moss watches it, because there's nothing he could do about that. He hit it that well. And South get us underway again. Goes long looking for JJ, but that's overhit and goes all the way through to Good, and Good goes long looking for Higgins. Cut out there by Knight. He finds McMonagle. Slows it down. Keeps the ball. South's happy to keep it. Ajasu looking in behind for Candandaho. Finds him well. He's faced up against Good. Turns inside and then he looks to go back outside and eventually gives the ball away for a throw in. Good defending there from Cove and Good in particular. It's been a good battle with the fullbacks and the wingers this evening, and the ref just getting the play held up for a change. As Hurrell looks to be making way and Conroy will come on, and I dare say he'll come on into the left-hand side. He's a left footer, but no, straight onto that right-hand side. So Hurrell's night is done and Conroy comes on. Evans wins the head. Good wins the return. And then Evans comes away with it in the end. He looks to find Conroy, but Conroy loses track of the ball, and here's Oikawa. He finds Applin, but then tackled by Evans. Ball holds up in the with that bounce, and because of that, Rideout gives away the free kick as he nudges Oikawa in the back. And Cove are going to the bench as well now, and it looks to be Foglier making way. And I dare say that'll be Harrison Knight done as well. I dare say it looks to be Ellerwatt, Brian Ellerwatt coming on. And Condon coming on as well.
I'm not going from Walsall to seafood. Oh, I'm not going from here to fucking Walsall to seafood. It's different. What's the difference? I'm going to go. Oh, no. I'm going to go that way.
Apologies, it wasn't Harrison that made way. It's Ollie Grant that has come off. So Harrison is still on, and Ollie Grant and Foglier have made way. So Ellerwatt's gone straight into that striker role in replace of Grant, and Condon's come out to this right wing. The ball goes long, cleared by Knight. Higgins wins that, and Condon gets a head on it as well. It's his first touch. Here's Carmichael. Here's Condon. Good touch inside to Carmichael. Back to Harrison. Keeps the ball moving through Finney. Under pressure from JJ, and eventually gets it out to Applin. Eventually Cove go long. Looking for Ellerwatt. Collected by Applin. Ball falls kindly for Higgins, who hits it first time. straight at Moss, and Moss is able to push that one out. Great effort there from Higgins on the run. It just sat up nicely for him, but he hit it too straight, and the goalkeeper of Moss's calibre is able just to push that one aside. It goes out for a throw-in, which will in turn allow Canny to come forward, and Good will look to go long into the box, and does, looking for Canny. Canny wins the first flick and straight through to Moss. Moss looks to go long, but there's not many options wide or long, and he eventually goes wide looking for right out in the Alex and finds him. Alex then looks in behind for JJ, but cleared by Finney, and JJ wins the corner. I wasn't sure which way that would go. Alex is feeling his ankle after that one, and Horsburgh will go over to take it. Goes short to right out. Alex tries to beat Higgins on the outside, does so. Gets the cross in, all the way through and cleared by Cove, only as far as Evans. Evans hits the volley, and it's in! What's a hit from Evans, and Veach unable to even see that one as he doesn't move. I think there was too many bodies in the way. Unsighted till the very last second, and Evans brings South level to make it 2-2 here at O'Sullivan's Beach Sports Complex, and what a hit it was. As we tick over the 70th minute mark, Souths 2, Cove 2 on the One World LED and Sportal scoreboard for your indoor and outdoor LED solutions. And what a way to get level. Goes long, Condon brings that under control. Beats Candandaho and then swings in across. No one can get on the end of it for Cove, and it's a foot race between Styles and O'Carron. Styles comes away with it, does very well there, and he's got some space and time. He goes inside, and Evans bursts through the middle. Evans been everywhere for Souths tonight. Evan wins the free kick as well. Also goes into the book for that challenge. I think that's Harrison that's gone into the book. And this game is certainly intensifying as we approach the last 20 minutes. We're into the last 20 minutes of this game. South's in the ascendancy, sorry. And Horsburgh and Conroy take it short. Here is Conroy. He looks to hit it and does. And he's hit it straight at Veach. Veach saw that one and straight into the bread basket for him. He looks to release early but can't. And then he slows it down. Goes long. Gets a little bit underneath that one, but comes wide here to Condon. Beaten to it by Candandaho. Evans clips that on, but JJ Rideout was in an offside position. Canny goes long. Finds Condon in behind. Great little touch inside to Elliwatt. Elliwatt goes back to Higgins. Higgins breaks into the box. Gets it to Condon. Condon cuts it back. Cleared by Conroy at the far post for South. This game is certainly heating up. Opportunities at both ends of the park. Both teams certainly not taking a step back. Both going for the win. Bragging rights in the South. Good looks to go long and does. Finds Canny. Canny wins the first flick and then cleared by South. Only as far as Appland, and Higgins goes all the way back to Finney. Finney in turn finds Condon with some space. Condon crosses all the way through. Falls to Carmichael. Doesn't quite get there. Cleared by South. Harrison picks it up for Cove all the way just in front of his 18. So great clearance there from South. And then Veach goes long. Finds Canny with the flick. Only straight up, and Candandaho gets muscled out of it. And Condon doesn't quite win it in the end. And then here's Cove slow it down. Canny goes long, looking for Condon in behind. He can't win it, and Knight does. Here's Candandaho. He goes inside. Knight unable to turn, but here's Carmichael for Cove. Harrison. He finds Higgins in some space. Higgins looks for Brian Ellerwatt. He finds him. Here's his feet. He goes wide to Condon. Condon looks to play a 1-2, but comes out to Higgins. Higgins goes down the line and looks to cross. Can't get it across. Goes back to Condon. He's able to cross. He goes inside. Good little flick to Ellerwatt. Ellerwatt looks to cross and ball hits Adjasu in the face. They're claiming for the penalty, but the assistant referee says no, play on. And then knocked out for a throw-in. Everyone's asking for the penalty, and the ref quite quickly says no penalty. As Souths look to go to the bench again. This time making a double change. McMonigal makes way. Looks like Cahill and Big Iramana to come on, and Candandaho, the first goal scorer for South, also makes way. So straight swaps. Cahill will come into this right hand side, and Big Iramana will go into the holding role. And good, goes long, looking for Condon. Cut out by Evans, but not for another throw. As we do approach 80th minute mark. Good, will look to go long. There goes Ellerwatt's feet. Good, looks to find Ellerwatt, but the miscommunication there, not on the same page as the ball goes out for a goal kick. Moss will get the game back underway. Goes short, here's Adjasu. Here's Big Iramana. Goes all the way back to Adjasu. He'll come out this side to Knight. Knight will run into the space and looks for JJ's feet, but Good cuts it out. Higgins goes long, down the line, finds Ellerwatt. Ellerwatt cuts inside. Adjasu for company and cleared, but the ref has given the free kick. About 25 yards out. Very good position for Cove. We'll see what Cove can do from their free kick. This one's just a little bit further out than what South did when Alex Rideout hit the post. Higgins and Carmichael over this one. Three-man wall for Moss. Waikawa loitering just behind that wall. Higgins will take. Looks to cross and does. Oh, he finds Ellerwatt free, but heads over. And the linesman flags, or the assistant referee flagged that straight away. In an offside position, and Moss will take a free kick and go short and finds Knight. Knight finds Iramana. He goes to Cahill. Cahill right on the touchline. Looks to turn Condon and loses out. And Condon able to cross and does. Cleared by Adjasu. Horsburgh picks that up and turns. Does very well. Here's Big Iramana. He goes wide looking for Conroy. Conroy does well to bring that under control. Eventually, someone's got to put their foot on it, and Big Iramana gets it to Conroy. Conroy inside to Big Iramana. Some 1-2 play, nice play there. Here's, unfortunately, Big Iramana can't find Horsburgh, and Oikawa comes away with it and tackled by Conroy, but the ref's given the free kick. Finney will look to take this on the far side for Cove. As we are in the 80th minute, only 10 minutes plus time added to go here at O'Sullivan Beach Sports Complex. And thanks to One World LED and Sportal scoreboard for your indoor and outdoor LED solutions. Comets and FK Beer Grade still sitting at 2-0 to FK Beer Grade as they approach half time, and they're in the 41st minute. The ball goes long looking for Canny. Canny gets the flick. And it's in. Canny's got the flick and sails that into the far post. And makes it 3-2 to the Cove. And he scores on his 400th appearance for Football South Australia. And what a way to mark your 400th game with a goal. And he celebrates in style with the old man celebration. And what a good finish that was from Canny. He's able to get his head and direct that into that far post and left Moss stranded. Souths have now got to do all the work again in the last 10 minutes to get this game level again. As we get underway, here's Knight. Ajasu comes forward with the ball. Conroy and Oikawa meet, and Oikawa wins the free kick. And it looks that Cove are going to go to their bench for the second time tonight. Carmichael's going to make way. And it looks like Elms is going to come on in his place and does so. Finney will go along with this free kick. Goes long. Ajasu clears. Oikawa goes up and wins the header. Here's Elawat shoots, but cut out by Ajasu. Here's Bigirimana. He finds Styles. In turn, he finds Bigirimana again. He looks to get away from Oikawa and does eventually, and goes to Evans. Evans finds Horsberg and in turn out to Styles, who gets it into JJ. Finds Evans. Evans hits. And this one, Veach gets down to and saves. Saw that one all the way. Unlike Evans' first attempt that sailed into the back of the net, that Veach saw very late and didn't have a chance to move. Here goes Long looking for Condon. Condon ends up winning it, and Knight knocks it out for a throw. And Cove will certainly take their time now. With less than 10 minutes of regulation. And we'll move into time added, and there will be a little bit of time added. We've had a few subs and a few brief stoppages for injuries. Good. We'll take the throw. Goes to Elawat. Elawat back to Good. He cuts inside and wins the free kick off Cahill. Certainly knew what he was doing there. Higgins over the ball for Cove. He'll look to cross. As it looks like Canny stepped forward again and has. Swings it in. Looking for Canny, can't quite get there. Cleared by Cahill. Only as far as Harrison. Eventually Cahill gets ahead, but Elms brings that under control for Cove and looks to go in behind. Good. And Styles out there battling, and Good happily will see that over the line. For offside. South's going to the bench for the final time tonight. Evans makes way. I thought Evans had been fantastic for Souths this evening. He makes way for Thanhauser. I dare say straight swap. Thanhauser straight into the middle of the park. Just wondering if Evans just run out of juice in the end. Here's Knight. Bigirimana. Adjusel. Bigirimana gets it back. Moves forward in finds right out, looks for JJ, but only finds Canny. Canny goes long, and Styles brings that under control eventually. Goes to Ajasu. Ajasu goes to Knight. Cahill. He's Horsberg, and Knight goes inside to Biguramana. He's put under pressure. He's left that a bit short, and Styles comes away with it in the end, but he's got to be careful there. Here's Knight. He's able to find JJ. JJ held up by Good. And wins the free kick. Good. Certainly felt that one. Thanks to One World LED and Sportal Scoreboard for your indoor and outdoor LED solutions, FKB Grad and Adelaide Comets in time added. Still 2-0 to FKB Grad at the home of Comets. Alex Rideout will look to take this free kick and does so. Goes short to Horsberg. He looks to then go inside, cuts inside and does, and shoots from a long way out. Bounces twice, and Veach takes that into the bread basket. He'll happily claim those ones all day long, and he will certainly slow it down. As we are in the 87th minute, so we've only got a few minutes left, plus time added. Goes long, looking for Condon. Condon up against Cahill and can't bring that under control. And somehow they've said that Cahill's knocked that one out, as Cove will go to the bench one final time. It looks like they're taking off 150 gamer Declan Finney. Congratulations, Dec Finney, on 150 games. And Harrison makes way as well. I dare say that would be Gaze coming on. It is. And Nkondog Oro. Apologies, I will work on that one. And Gaze will come into right back for Good, and Good will move inside. Here's Elawat. Does well to win the corner. Allows Higgins will take the corner. He sends it in. He'll be looking for Canny. Cleared by Fanhauser. Here's Condon. Turns inside but loses out to Big Iramano. Conroy looks to go long and wins it eventually. And here's Styles. He goes long down the line looking for right out but cut out. Elms happy just to put his foot through it. Knight wins the first header and the second one. And Condon settles and goes back to Gaze. Gaze in turn, happy just to see that one out over the line. I'm just trying to work out who else has come off. It was Harrison that went off for Cove. And Elms has come inside. Ball goes long, looking for Cahill. Headed by Condon, out for a throw, doing his defensive duties. All hands on deck for Cove at this late stage of the game, and there's a foul throw. And that doesn't help South's cause at all as we approach 90 minutes, and we will be very shortly going into time added. Here's Gaze going long, looking for Elawat. Knight wins the header. JJ right out, can't do much there. He's surrounded out. And eventually cleared by Higgins. Again, that one out for a throw in. Ajasu will take this one quickly and get the ball moving again. He goes to Moss. Moss out to Styles. Styles happy to turn and go, and does so. Bigiramana. Turns two players, goes line and wins the throw. Does very well. Puts the ball down for Styles. Styles will take this. He goes back to Adjasu, who's got time. Adjasu to Knight. Knight goes forward, goes wide to Cahill. Cahill looks to take Condon on, goes inside and finds Thanhauser. Thanhauser looks to go deep but can't beat the first man. Here's Adjasu. He goes to Knight. Knight on this left-hand side. He goes inside to JJ. JJ battling, gets it onto his right, hits it, blocked by Good, cleared by Higgins. Thanhauser picks it up at the halfway line. And the refs stop play. I'm just not sure what for. As this game approaches, we are in time added in this HBG home State League 1 fixture. In this round 8 clash between South Adelaide and Cove. Cove 3-2 up at the moment with a goal in the 80th minute. 79th minute, sorry. Drop ball and the play gets underway. Here's Big Iramana for Souths. Goes wide to Rideout. Rideout forced back, goes long looking for Styles, but cleared by Canny. Only as far as Conroy. He can't bring it under control. Cove just trying to put it anywhere forward, and Thanhauser happily goes back to Moss just to keep the ball. Moss. He looked to lightly go long and does. Looking for JJ Rideout, finds him. JJ looks to turn, he beats Good, but Good gets a foot in. Does very well there, and Knight knocks it back long. Elms with the header. Elliott brings it under control and can't beat Adjasu. Adjasu comes wide to Cahill. Cahill keeps the ball moving. Here's Knight. Here's Big Iramana. He finds Thanhauser in some space. Thanhauser finds Alex Rideout down that wing. Rideout cuts it. And on his right, just forces that out over the byline for a goal kick. That was a real good opportunity there for South to get in the box, and when Rideout needs that quality, just can't quite find it on that right boot at this late stage of the game. And Veach will take the goal kick and he will go long. Adjasu wins the header. Canny comes through and gets a further header and looks to send Condon on. Elliott gets there first. He's into the box. Managed to get the cross in, and it's gone in. It's an own goal off Knight. And that pretty much ends the game, ends the contest, and makes it 4-2 Cove. As Knight, unfortunately, trying to stop the cross, has deflected that into his own net. As the yellow card comes out for a couple of Cove players. I think Applin might have been one of them that got booked there. There was another one as well. I think he's just given one to Higgins as well. And there was another one in there somewhere, but I missed that one, unfortunately. And that, you could say, is good night, South Adelaide. And the Southern Derby here at O'Sullivan's Beach Sports Complex in round 8. And South get us underway. Again, JJ goes wide to Alex Rideout. He goes down the line to Conroy. Conroy keeps it in. Looks to cross and does. Cleared by Good. Out for no, kept in there by Cove. Short to Canny. Canny goes long. Not as far as you'd like, and it's eventually gone out for a throw in. Here's Alex Rideout with the throw. He finds Thanhauser. Thanhauser gets into the box. Oikawa's there to clear. Clears again and wins the throw in. In what has been a bit of a topsy-turvy Southern Derby between Cove and South Adelaide, with Cove taking the 2-0 lead. And Panthers getting it back to 2-2. And then Cove getting up 3-2, and then an own goal there for Knight makes it 4-2. As JJ managed to get into the box, and the ref's got a decision here, and he's given the free kick just outside the box. So another opportunity for Panthers. Very late in time added. as Cove surround the referee, but he's given the free kick just outside the box. As they eventually get the ball from the far side. Another yellow card. This one's to Gaze. I have missed a couple of yellow cards, and not sure who the ref has handed them to. So apologies for that. But there are 4 players for South lining up over. One's walked away. Big Iraman has stepped away. So has Ajasu. So it leaves Horsberg and JJ Rideout. And I dare say this will be JJ Rideout to hit this. 5-6-man wall. JJ hits it. Goes low. And it's eventually gone in, but he's offside. As Veach couldn't hold it. But Rideout on just in front of him is in an offside position, so it doesn't count. And Veach will take his time in getting this game back underway. As Cove do lead this game 4-2. He goes long. And that's time in this Southern Derby at O'Sullivan Beach Sports Complex, with Cove coming out 4-2 winners. As all the Cove supporters that were behind the goal make their way past me. But what a game that turned out to be in this HPG Home State League 1 fixture. Cove 4, South Adelaide 2. Goals from Moikawa. Canny on his 400th, and an own goal by Knight for Cove. And goals from Canhandaho, with one for Souths. And the other goal, Candandaho and Evans with an absolute screamer of a volley. Thank you for joining me. If you can swing over, if you want to watch more football, you can watch more local football with Adelaide Comets in FK Beergrad. If you tune into just switch channels now. Thank you for joining me, and we'll see you at the next one.